What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Double Crown Talk Time here on youtube.com/DoubleCrownGames.
Yeah, I almost forgot what it was.
We got to get used to saying that. First off, before we get started, thank you, all of our subscribers. We're over 100 now. Woo! So I'm going to clap for you.
I'll clap as well, but I'm going to hide my claps.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we're at over 100 subs now, so we have our own URL. So if you want to tell your friends, hey, I got this awesome YouTube channel I watch sometimes. youtube.com/DoubleCrownGames. So while we might not always do video game stuff, it's I'd say like 99% video game stuff. So
also it was available.
We almost did Double Crown Pizza, Double Crown games, and other stuff that might not be games but also entertainment. That one was too long. It almost let us have Double Crown Games on accident, and then it took me to youtube.com/oops. So anyways,
which is really funny.
Yeah.
If you want to go there, check out youtube.com/oops.
It's a great channel.
Real fun.
We should have made that. And be like, I want /oops. Anyways, I'm Richard.
I'm Matt.
And this is our YouTube show that goes up usually every Friday, almost always every Friday at 9 a.m. where we talk about something in the gaming industry.
We were tired.
Yeah. So we didn't get it done. Sorry. Whatever.
Them's the breaks. If you don't like it, you can leave.
That you can. We have our fucking URL. I don't need you anymore. Anyways, so so we're gonna talk about some games that we've been playing this week. Nothing too crazy has happened. Just kind of some interesting things.
So what have you been playing?
So I've been playing more Dota as usual, more Deus Ex as not usual, and I played some more Nioh since the last time we recorded.
What'd you think of the Dota?
So Dota has been making me much more angrier than usual. I feel like every single time I play, I say I'm not playing for 2 weeks, and then within about 10 hours, I'm like, I gotta play again. Like I can't. No, not even kidding. I uninstalled Dota the other day, got off work, reinstalled, and played.
Oh God.
Like I don't know. It's also like this guy Wagamama. He's a commentator and like an old Dota 1 pro. He streams all the time, and he's like really fun to watch just because he's kind of like Purge, but better than Purge. So like just watching him, I'm like, oh man, like I learned things. So I'm like, I want to, like I feel invigorated and like I can try and get better.
It seems like all of your teams lately, based on the amount of yelling, your teams are bad.
Yeah, I mean, I do stupid stuff too. Like last night I played with Pete. Shout out to Pete. What's up, man? And I was just doing stupid things with him and other players. Like I should have just like went and did what I knew I should have been doing, but instead I'd like try to come to a fight late or try to come and save someone or just be like way too aggressive when I just need to play safer. That's the biggest fault. So then I get mad because like I'm doing poorly, and then when someone else does what I just did, I'm like, fuck, like you just saw me die doing that, and now you do it right after me, and then now there's 3 of us dead instead of just 2, and it just kind of escalates.
You didn't learn from me.
Yeah, so that's what happens, and it's team stuff. I played this morning and we lost, but I wasn't upset because it was genuinely mostly my fault. But outside of that, Deus Ex is really great. I'm having a lot of fun. There's like water. The water, see that on
just
my
glasses?
glasses?
Just a little speck of water sitting on your lens.
I know, it was bothering me. Yeah, Deus Ex is really fun. The only kind of qualm I have with it, and this is just kind of like how I want to play the game, is that like it feels very much like more so like Metal Gear Solid than Metal Gear Solid 5 did to me.
Oh shit.
Like
I can see that.
Yeah, like they basically set it up and it feels like the game wants me to stealth through everything without being seen. But like if I get seen, I'm also like super ready for combat. So I'm like, well, should I just fucking go through and like blow people up? And I'm sure I could do that, but the game, it sets it up like it doesn't want me to. So I'm like, shit, like it is just hard. Like it's frustrating when in any stealth game when like you make it through and then you get spotted and dudes just come from everywhere and you're like, okay, let me get out my shotgun and like hide behind this box and hope they don't sneak around behind me. And like, of course they do. And it's then like, I got frustrated the other night playing, so I just sprinted through. I'm like, I'm dead. Like they spotted me right away. I'm just gonna sprint through them and just get shot. And I made it through them. And like, I like found a vent and like opened it and climbed in the vent and like crawled through into this like weird area. And it was like searching, like, oh, they lost me. And then I like got to a like checkpoint in the area and or whatever, like a safe spot or what. I was like, well, I hope I didn't miss anything cool. Like, all right, whatever. So, otherwise, it's really fun. They're like, in kind of like the reviews and stuff, they talked about like the side missions being really like involved, and it didn't feel like, it didn't feel like fetch quests or anything like arbitrary. They all were kind of fleshed out on their own, and it does. It feels that way. Like there's, I think part of the Deus Ex series that people really like is that the you can approach any situation from like 3 or 4 different ways. So like I'm finding that where it's like, here's 4 different side quests you can go do to get into this building. Pick which one you think is the most fun. And I would do all 4 and get experience, and then just go. They all go in, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's really fun. And then I've also played Nioh some more.
You have now gone further
than you. So first off, I was wrong. You get something for beating that boss.
Okay.
You get some kind of downloadable where if you buy the game, you get a thing. I don't know what it is. I think it's literally like you said, like a badge or some shit. Like it's like it was like the founder's mark or whatever, like in Destiny or whatever the fuck they called it. So or it's like what is it, like Banner of the Conqueror or some shit. I don't know what it is. But it's a thing. So you get that. I summoned a dude and played through that. Got through to. There were 2 more areas that unlocked after that. So there's another like main mission area. I went to the side mission area, and you basically fight like waves of enemies. It's like a side mission, like I said. I just fought through them, and I had fun. It was better than I thought it was. Initially, the area was like a field. There were still rocks and stuff like that, but it wasn't a dark burning village at night. So I was like, that was refreshing for me. Yeah. I was like, okay. So like they changed it up. It's not just gonna be like dark atmosphere, dark, like that. That just shit gets tiring. So, so that was nice and refreshing. There were some new enemies there that I fought that eventually got really fucking hard, like just ridiculously hard. I had more fun with that than I thought I did. But I did want to make sure I said that I was wrong about saying that they wouldn't give you anything for beating that boss, because I got something. So
I have heard that those 2 missions are in the side mission are the
whole game,
the whole demo,
okay,
basically, which is massive for a demo.
Yeah,
actually.
and that also kind of worries me, because I wonder if that's like when the game comes out, like how long is it? How many areas are there? Do they expect me to replay areas? Because the loot kind of drops like Diablo loot. So I'm like, okay, so are we going to get to a point where like, is it just going to be like maybe like an 8-hour experience and they expect you just to go through on New Game Plus for better loot kind of thing? Because that, I don't,
that's curious.
that could work, but I don't know. Like, is there going to be a good PvP system that they're not talking about yet, or maybe I just haven't heard about? Is there going to be a reason for me to go through and just keep grinding better gear?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of where I'm thinking, because in Dark Souls it's all about like, grinding things to like make your items better. Oh, and real quick side note, I said I was going to do this. When we go to our videos real quick, there was a guy, Goomba Oomba, commented on one of our...
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, what's up, man? Someone on our video, DS Leo, shout out to DS Leo, you thumbs up and told me you hated me. Yeah.
Thanks for continuously watching.
Yeah. You said that why do we compare this game and every game to Dark Souls? I think, and then Goomba Oomba said because a lot of younger people have never played original Devil May Cry, Onimusha, Ninja Gaiden, have played at least one iteration of all of those, and then Onimusha and Devil May Cry. I've played 3 Onimushas and 4 Devil May Cries. And then he said we've probably never heard of Streets of Rage or Shinobi. Also played both of those. We're not. I don't know if you were directly talking to us. We're not that young. We're not old, but we're not that young.
Also,
I don't know how you would compare this to Streets of Rage, no, but I kind of see what you're saying.
at the same time, though, like, it's not the fact that it's the most popular, like, current action game or whatever. It's like games like Devil May Cry and Bayonetta.
Devil May Cry.
Bayonetta. They're about combos and juggling enemies. Like, whenever you introduce something like a stamina bar, a checkpoint save system,
like leveling up, like with like the spirits that you lose when you die,
and summoned cooperation.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Whenever there's elements
that were
from
like
a specific franchise
that like originated in that specific franchise, that brings in that natural comparison. So I don't know. I wanted to call that out because
it's not,
I see the point. Because I feel like a lot of people make those comparisons because they're like, this game's hard. Dark Souls. Like, Jim Sterling did a video like, I'm just going to look up Dark Souls on Itch.io, which is like an indie game website. Mm-hmm. And it's like, this is the Dark Souls of card games. And it's like, what the fuck does that mean? And it's like, it's just a hard card game. Like, that doesn't mean anything. Yeah. So, like, I understand that point of it. So, like, I can see where, like, that frustration might stem from, but I don't feel like, I'm not going to compare like a new Devil May Cry to Dark Souls, the Platinum's next game, because it's an third-person action game, like Dragon Scales or Scalebound. That's it. So I don't know. I just wanted to call that out. But Nioh, giving it the thumbs up now. Look, it's looking better.
The first 30 minutes to an hour of the game, I was like, fuck this.
Yeah, it
starts real tough.
Yeah, it starts real tough, and I don't know. I feel it still feels kind of clunky. Mm-hmm. In your words, you like that clunky word. I would say unintuitive, but
yeah,
but I mean, either way,
there's synonyms in this case.
Yeah, exactly.
But I wouldn't consider it a Dark Souls ripoff. I would say like spin-off, but it's not a derogatory thing.
Yeah,
like. It's taking elements from Dark Souls that work well.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it's taking what they liked from another series, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you look at like Dragon Warrior into Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest. It's that same old shit, man.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. What you been up to? Tell me about that. Tell me about that big. Why you clicked on this video?
Well, as you may know, the Battlefield 1 beta went live, Wednesday at noon?
Yeah, I think so.
PS4 servers got taken down for
a while.
Almost the remainder of the day, but I have been playing that a little bit. And
talk to me about it, because I've only played about 4 minutes.
It's interesting.
Okay.
I don't necessarily like the foot guns or the foot weaponry.
Foot weaponry?
Like, as a soldier, just like as a regular dude, like shooting guns.
Oh, gotcha.
Don't
okay.
necessarily like.
Sorry, I was like, do you have like knife
you got
boots?
gun boots?
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not too big of a fan of like World War II or earlier, like weaponry. I guess
you don't like World War II shooters.
I mean, I haven't played one in like 7 to 10 years.
Did you play World at War? Call of Duty? World at War?
No.
That was a good one. Should play that if they remaster it.
I think the last World War II game I actually played was Medal of Honor Rising Sun.
Okay. Whenever I played shooters as a child, before I played Bad Company with you and like got back into first-person shooters, it was always World War II shooters.
I mean, that's what most of them were.
That's true, but I don't know. So for me, like having like those like classic like the is it the Luger or the Ruger or whatever, that pistol, the German pistol, you know what I'm talking about? Those are always cool. And then there's like the classic like rifle that was always used. I don't know what the fuck.
Springfield or the M1 Garand.
M1 Garand.
Garand.
Yeah, let me see if this is it. I think that
is 8
it.
bullets and goes ping whenever it runs out.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah,
I know what it looks like down the iron sights, and yeah, that's it. That's totally it. The M1 Garand.
Like it's nice. It seems like every gun has a different like bullet travel time that I'm not used to because I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 4.
Yeah.
And
Maybe that's what Alfredo was talking about. Now that I think about it.
It seems like everything's a lot slower.
Yeah.
As far
I mean,
as
that makes sense.
It totally makes
Yeah.
sense, but I'm not used to it.
Certainly.
I think it's going to be a big change for me to be able to be effective
To
with
adapt
those.
to it, yeah.
But I think the game like supremely shines in the vehicle combat, like way more than I would have expected. Because
Really?
like the even the tanks, like there's a tank that's like a 5-person tank that I think they call it a land ship or whatnot, where you can fit your whole squad in there. And if you've got like a competent like squad of 5 people, you can probably like dominate a map with that.
Okay.
Like it's way more of like tactics focused on a squad level, even in terms of vehicles. Because like in Battlefield 4 and like the modern shooters, like the effective weapons basically had a driver and a gunner. Whereas there's a driver that has some guns, 2 gunners, and then 2 rear gunners. And it's just like...
That's a lot of gunners.
Yeah. Like you've got like, as long as everyone's in your tank, you've got like 360 degrees of like firing.
Yeah.
Which is super neat. I think they balance that by making them super slow.
Yeah.
But it's still like really fun to be in a tank with like 4 other people or even 1 other person just like driving in, ruining someone's day, and then just leaving.
Yeah.
And like the planes also are along that same vein because like there's 3 different plane classes. There's fighter, attack, and bomber.
Okay.
And the fighter and bombers have multiple seats that you can like get people in on to shoot down planes that are chasing you.
That's cool. Because the other, like the jets and Battlefield 4 only has 1 seat.
Yeah,
for example.
And it's you have to be very talented to fly jets in Battlefield 4. Everything feels like really easy and intuitive in this game.
Yeah.
My only like real complaint is that Conquest feels
different. I saw you talking to people about it. I didn't play it enough to really talk.
It just feels like wins and losses are arbitrary.
Yeah.
Because like I think it's based off of the amount of territory you control whenever the timer expires. So like it seems like you can be dominating the map for like 15 minutes, and then the last 5 minutes the enemy comes and takes all but one of your bases, then they win.
Sounds like Dota.
I mean, it's cool for like certain times of comeback, but if it seems strange to me that like you were winning by such a large margin, and then in 5 minutes it turns around with no opportunity to like come back from that.
Sounds like Dota. I mean, I guess you're on a timer at that point, so that is a little weird, but
it's just like I would rather there be no timer and you have to fight for all out victory, or make the timer so long that there's more of a chance to take over the entire battlefield. Yeah. Rather than it just kind of being like we're winning and then all of a sudden we're losing.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about it in terms of, so you mentioned like all like the different classes. I've read like, I guess, did you play all the different classes?
I only played medic and sniper.
Okay. So I've read that like they're all like very different from each other as far as like their weapons go and their like their utility. So in saying that, and then you telling me like all the different guns have different like bullet travel time, which would like be kind of true to the time and like what kind of gun you were actually using then. And kind of how you're talking about Conquest. I mean, and then in addition to that, I know I talked to you about all the button settings, like all like the field of view, and you can set like different settings for every gun in the game.
Oh, yeah, that was incredible.
So I was like, I'd mentioned something like it seems like they almost like be trying to go for like a competitive slant, and it seems like with that kind of Conquest, like it seems like that's more of like a trying to force like a competitive team, you know what I mean? Like
sure,
it's much more focused on like where Dota, since there's no like timer per se, there's comeback mechanics and things like that built in, whereas that is, there's not like random like experience and gold pickups and things like that, but it kind of reinforces like you really need to play together, because if you start slipping up and there's 2 minutes left or whatever, they might be able to push hard enough if you start like flaming each other, quote unquote. So like I'm wondering if that's part of their idea, because it sounds like, you know, like you were saying with the balancing everything. From what it sounds like, it's all like in balance, kind of like purgatory, I guess, if you will. Like everything's like, it looks like everything is going to be balanced towards a competitive sort of thing,
which is neat, but
more so than just like a fun sort of Battlefield experience, I guess.
It's neat in that regard, but if you're looking at it from like a public match standing, like then it doesn't matter. Like it literally, like you can't control 32 people that are
no, exactly. And that's why I think it's kind of weird that like you're not gonna have 32 person Battlefield teams. So like I don't know if that's EA being like, hey DICE, you better make it competitive because esports money stuff. And they're like, well, you can't make a 32 person, like like there's not gonna be 32 pros for Battlefield.
Soundproof booth.
Yeah.
On a stage.
Yeah, like
with
all
one
screaming.
person standing behind him, just like guiding every squad.
Yeah, I'm just like, all right, but yeah. So I don't know, but that's how it sounds like. That's how, kind of like that's like been like a guiding idea for them, and maybe they have some kind of plan for like just I don't know.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it could just be that maybe they just wanted to try something different, you know, a little different, because you know, I could also see like them feeling like they wanted to make something new. I mean, they've been making the same conquest, you know, for years now. So they're like, well, shit. I mean, let's change it up. I mean, it's a whole different ball game. It's set, you know, back then. Maybe there's like a lore reason, you know what I mean, like a historical sort of like, well, when did World War I happen? 1444.
Not whoa. The first World War, when they were discovering it.
Yeah. Hey man, French and Indian War. Christopher Columbus was in there with his M16, just fucking mowing them down.
Alternative history game.
Dude,
DICE, get at us. We have a great script for you.
You can hit us up at youtube.com/DougHCrown
Games.
Oh!
But really, most impressive thing about the game, it looks so good.
Yeah.
It looks like Battlefront with Battlefield gameplay.
Yeah.
Like Battlefront, something about it weirded me out during the beta so much that I didn't want to play it. Even though I love Star Wars, I was just like, I don't really feel it. It doesn't feel. I don't feel the soul in the game.
Well, it was cut short, so that might have been part of it.
I think part of it has to do with like the heroes and just the way those get summoned in.
Yeah,
I thought it was really weird and tacky.
Yeah,
but like Battlefield 1 looks insanely good, and I mean it has the Battlefront look and feel to it, which people are complaining about. I don't know why, because it looks really nice. So I'm excited to see like different locations within the game.
Yeah.
Also heard rumor that the campaign is going to be more integrated into the online maps, similar to Bad Company 2 style, where the maps are open.
Was this from me?
Yeah. It was from you.
Okay.
But now I'm telling you.
That's all speculation from the number one, the one and only, not the number one. I guess he is kind of number one. Danny O'Dwyer over at GameSpot. He talked about that on a podcast I saw him on.
Nice.
And that was more of like him, like I said, it was more of him just playing the same thing we are, but speculating based off of kind of what he experienced. Like it feels like that might be the idea. And hopefully it is. I never played the campaign in any Battlefield game for more than maybe 5 minutes.
Oh, Bad Company 2 is so good.
Never played it.
The Russians were invading Alaska.
Don't care.
Where is Bad Company 3? We have to fight off the Ruskies.
Well, what we're going to do, let's all go to the DICE Instagram.
Yes.
And just say, where's Bad Company 3? Kind of like Skate 4?
Just say BC3 win, ?
Hashtag BC3, win. And then when, ?
One last thing about Battlefield 1.
Go ahead. I'm going to tweet at DICE while we're doing this.
The different view option. I think this might be the first console game that has field of view options, where you can adjust that. You can also adjust the movement speed whenever you're scoped on pretty much every different level of zoom, which is incredible. There's just so many options in the menus that I didn't play with all of them, but
there's a lot. I mean, there's
them seemed really nice.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's again seems like it's an optimization thing per player. So I mean, that clearly leads itself to like you spending a lot of time with the game and finding your edge. You know what I mean? Trying to carve out that niche, and maybe not even a niche, is like, you know, carve out more of the like, you know, first person shooters on YouTube and Twitch and things like that to try and go to their game where they might be, you know, happy that those things are happening. Also, I think it could also, I was telling you, it could also be because because the Xbox One and the PS4 are built basically on like PC architecture, that those settings are easier to port over and bring over that would normally be set up on mouse and keyboard.
Sure.
Where now we can put them on controllers to try and make it as close as possible. So,
which is fantastic.
Fan-fucking-tastic. Well,
the last thing. Playing Battlefield 4 last week, they updated the user interface so that it seems like you can switch between Battlefield 4, 1, and Hardline without leaving the application, which I don't think has been done on console.
Maybe.
It's there's a more option where you can switch between games from the pause screen, which is super cool and very smart of DICE to do that.
I'm looking at EA Access and seeing, I don't know. No, because that's only on Xbox, but I wonder if it's something akin to that they can put on all of them. I'm not sure. But yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it seemed really cool. The UI for Battlefield 1's beta was really nice. So, is there any one more thing? Anything else?
Nope.
Now's your chance.
Done with the Jackie Chan adventures.
One more thing. I killed one guy in Battlefield 1. And Battlefield 1.
Congratulations.
Killed one guy, and then I had to leave the game. So, that's life. So
that's how you do it.
I didn't die more than twice. So I was, my kill death ratio was 0.5. Fine with that.
That means you got to pre-order it now.
Oh shit, you're right. Don't pre-order games, anyways, unless you want to.
Unless you want to.
Pre-order everything from Uncharted. I mean, Naughty
Dog, From Software, and occasionally Bethesda.
And all Sony first parties, except for The Last Guardian. That's a second party, technically. All Sony first parties. Except for, no, don't do that. Just Naughty Dog. You can catch us on Twitter. I am at Nabla.
I'm at _Matthew Creek.
And until next time, guys, we'll catch you later. Remember to tell your friends about youtube.com/DoubleCrownGames.
And if you do that, we'll send you a virtual e-cookie.
We will.
100% for sure. You bet your bottom dollar we will.